Yo, this is Art the Architect with More Than a Haircut podcast. I'm here today with Rich's Toy Box, ROI. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man?
What you up to, man?
About to knock this show on out.
Yeah,
Talk
man.
to y'all about a few things today.
Well, the topic of the day is not gonna come from me. It's gonna come from my brother, from another mother.
About to knock this out. So basically, today what we're gonna talk about is financial mistakes that you shouldn't make. And I recently had a guy tell me that he met this girl and she had got behind on her student loans, and they just met, and 3 months into the relationship, everything going good. She asked him, could he co-sign for her to buy a new Escalade, because that was her dream truck. And he was like, he really liked her, but he didn't want to lose her, and asked me would it be something that he felt like he should do. Now me, giving as much advice as I can to the younger generation, I told him that was a no-no off the bat. Number one, the first red flag, it's only been 90 days. You know what I mean? So you don't want to jump into something like that so deep in 90 days to where you're co-signing a $60,000, $70,000 vehicle.
Man, I don't want to give up the cookies in 90 days.
And that's what I'm saying. And I think the fact of it is, the fact that she had already got behind on her student loans, and she already got her first vehicle repossessed, why would she want to jeopardize the fact of putting you in debt and putting you in danger?
Yeah.
Putting him in danger, the fact to basically go and finance this big vehicle. And to me, that was a no-no. I told him, no, you don't do that. So, a few financial mistakes you can make is co-signing for people. That's a no-no. You don't co-sign for nobody, because a lot of times when you start doing stuff like that, especially in relationships and things of that nature, it can make business go bad. Now that's the difference between doing a business loan. Now with a business loan, you got paperwork, you got stuff to protect you. Everybody's on the same page, and it is an investment that you're not, going to lose or willing to lose at that point, because you set this money aside as an investment. So that's what you're doing.
The co-signing is totally different.
Exactly. So I had to tell him that that's not going to be a power move. And and he was glad. He just messaged me now as we were speaking. He was glad that he didn't co-sign for her, because he found out that she was going to take the truck and go on vacation with her girls and try to get her ex-boyfriend back. So we live and we learn. And I thought that was a catch-22, because first of all, why would you ask somebody to co-sign an expensive vehicle like that when she ain't even got a house?
Hell, she probably can't even afford it. Like, that's wild, bro.
That's the thing. So I think that,
I mean, you live and learn, though, from your mistakes. I agree with that.
You live and learn, man. I think another financial mistake is not budgeting out your money. I hear a lot of people, just in between conversation, they just shop, and they wait to pay the bills. First, you pay your bills first.
Yeah, I mean, and then to me, you also have the money set aside.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you a prime example. Cousins and I building a rapport in business right now, and what we did was, we invested into some stickers together. So she was like, I go have fun with you, cuz. I was like, cool. So I wound up using my credit card. I used my credit card for the fact that I know it'll look good on my statement. So I was just like, let me swipe it. But I had the money from her from the jump, as well as I had my half for the money to cover it from Jump Street. So when we swipe, I done already paid $60 on it. I'm gonna pay another one today, just so that shit is done and it's it's out the way.
Exactly.
It's covered. You know what I mean?
And that's the way you should do it. I think that, if you can afford it, you can afford it. But if you know you can't afford it, don't put yourself in jeopardy of losing things, for no reason.
Yeah.
I think another thing that I see as well is you see a lot of people with these expensive vehicles. Now, we got to be realistic. I understand that, that everybody use that saying, fake it till you make it. But sometimes, man, you can go broke trying to impress people who are broke, trying to prove to them that you're not broke.
And then it's like, are you really impressing them? Because they ain't gonna do nothing but laugh when you lose that shit.
Exactly. So I think I see a lot of people just that they're buying these expensive vehicles, and the car notes on them, man. You gotta calculate in interest. So your car note might be $589 or $500, but we're not even talking about adding in full coverage insurance. And then you gotta think about it. Most people buying these cars, man, and these vehicles, and the interest rate be killing them. So that same vehicle that you have a a high note on, man, it'll take you a lifetime to pay it off. So by the time you calculate all of that, you could have bought you some small investment property.
Man.
So just knowing how to use your money wisely on things of that nature, you don't want to jump off into something that's more than what you can handle. It's okay, man. Do not let these people trick you out the game. There are a lot of folks out here that you really think they balling, but they really in the way.
Yeah.
Do not let these people trick you out the league. They'll have you out here trying to impress them, and then you go broke, and now you sitting on the sidelines, and they never had it anyway.
But see, one of my homies just talked about that yesterday. He was saying a lot of people going in debt. You know what I mean? Over, spending $500 on just a car every month, where it's just like not just 500, but 500 to 1,000. And in doing that, he was like, just imagine, you could have saved, let's just say $1,000 a month that you paying on a note for a vehicle.
Exactly.
You can stack that money for 10 or 12 months, right? Let's just say 10 months you do it, that's $10,000. Like you said, you can go invest in a small, a small property, or make an investment that's just gonna give you a return. And then while you making cash flow, you go and buy that car then, or you go buy something used and you keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never really got with the whole trying to impress somebody part. I don't really get down with it. Like, if that's what impressing somebody means, bro, I really don't give two shits about it. That's not how I get down. I understand when people say fake it till you make it, and it's like it's too many holes in that thought process.
I just think that if you a real person, man, people gonna accept you for who you are. If you real and you keeping it real with people, they gonna really keep it real with you. I'm not finna fake nothing. I will roll up on your ass in that '89 Regal at the same way I would, a luxury car. But like I tell everybody, the same respect you get in that C-Class Benz, you'll get it in that Escort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So if you're a real person, no matter what you jump out of, just like with Michael Jordan, we'll just use him for example. If Michael Jordan jumped out of Chevy Tahoe or he jumped out of Range Rover, it's still Michael Jordan. It's the brand. The brand is what's moving. You know what I mean? You can see Michael Jordan pull up in a Hyundai truck and get out. Who gonna say something? It's his brand that's valuable, not what he's driving that's valuable. You see what I'm saying? So you wanna put the money and investing into your brand. So no matter what you drive or no matter where you go, you can always bring money back. And one last thing I want to touch on too, that I want to hit y'all with really quick, is that you got to be careful, man. This is very important. Nowadays, you have people that will be in a relationship with you and they're looking for a way out. Okay? Now, while we're out here trying to chase the bag, and we're coming to the table with the bag, they coming to the table with baggage. You see what I mean? So you got to know how to differentiate who's really trying to bring something to the table. And I'm going to say that again. Here you are out here busting your ass, working hard, trying to provide a good life, and you're coming to the table with the bag. And the other half is coming to the table with baggage, male or female. You got to be ready to get and go. Another thing, too, if you're talking to somebody and they're not catching on to what you're saying, if you have to try to persuade or push them to be on your team and be on your page, they ain't really with you. See, we're not in a situation to where we're trying to be a parent. We need a partner. Yeah. You follow where I'm coming from? So my thing of it is if I'm dating a girl and we're getting into a relationship, I understand that you got kids. I'm not trying to have you as an extra child. I'm not trying to be a parent to you and then be a parent to your kids. I'm trying to come to the table and be a partner. Yeah. Like we need to be partners together. And sometimes you can find yourself in a relationship raising somebody else's child plus their children. And the child is the person you're dating because they coming to you with a childlike mind state. And that right there can slow you down when you a grown person that's about your business.
It can definitely slow you down, you know what I'm saying? Just being in different situations, relationships or whatnot. It just happened, you know what I'm saying? That's just, for the main part, it's a part of, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, there's not give and there's not take involved, but when it's all about taking, especially like you said, bringing something to the table, you out here busting your ass, you working, you providing, but then all of a sudden, you want to dip out or you know what I'm saying, your significant other want to dip out or they're not really putting nothing towards the table. It's kind of like, what's the point and what's the purpose? Hell, if you was going to fuck off or fuck around, shit, you could have just could have just did without me. I could have been on my own.
Exactly. That's why I say a lot of times people just be looking to come up, not really trying to be with you, not trying to build with you. A lot of times people just be looking for an opportunity to get to the next level on you.
Yeah.
And once you help them out, then it's, oh, well, I just want to be friends. I damn bet you sure want to be friends.
Yeah.
Because I didn't help you get to that next level that you couldn't accomplish by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you have to know how to be, even if you want to date, some people still want to be out here dating and playing the game. You got to know how to keep people at a distance, because their problems ain't your problem. And some people are just rejects. It ain't no other way around it. Some people, you'll be in a relationship with them and you just cannot get them right. No matter what you do, no matter how much money you give them, no matter how much you invest in them and their kids. Some people are just, their minds are programmed to fail. And it's not, you know what I'm saying? You cannot, you cannot raise somebody else's adult child and then raise their children. Because like I heard the lady on Shark Tank, Barbara, made a good point when she was doing an interview with Damon John. She was like, and I'm going to quote it how she said it, if your parents couldn't do nothing for you, what the hell am I supposed to do?
Man.
Sometimes you just can't help everybody.
Yeah.
Some people there are going to be some people in life you just cannot do nothing for.
Yeah.